Hard Legion and Winstrike. And when I look at Harry and Hugo in the face, when I hear them talk, I think, wow, it somehow seems like that should be reversed. Like it should be Harry's voice on Hugo's body and vice versa. It's the weirdest phenomenon. I'm still trying to figure it out. But more importantly is the math problem in front of us. That is Hard Legion versus Winstrike. Again, a semifinal, a best of 3. Vertigo here, Mirage next, Dust 2 if we need it. And already the action's on A ramp.
Yeah, and it's fast and furious as well. Krisen's got an opening kill. Winstrike aren't stopping off the back of that one. Maybe they should have, because they run right into this USP of Sviat, who drops the bomb. That's at least info. Even though it gets traded, Hard Legion can afford to fully rotate, but they're down a man without a plan. They're going to jump over the box and stop the plant. That's a great kill. Rage isn't done with one. He's found a second as well. This kit might not even be needed as Winstrike have to dig themselves out of this round.
Yeah, rough go at it right here. Hobbit and Elian to their own devices. What happens, Harry?
Well, there's been this very, very heavy stack inside of the site from Hard Legion. They've got the bomb. That nade does a lot of damage, but Elian is left in a 1v3, and Rage, man, he's looking good to start this pistol round. Hugo, you've been talking about him quite a bit as, you know, kind of, you know, coming in, as you said, replacing Speedak. Young Orpin player.
Talent.
And yeah, talent. I kind of used the wrong word, really fumbling. But it's early in the day, of course. It's only just turned 4:30 p.m.
You guys will be all right. It is early, and I know that Speedak goes to Nemiga, and of course Nemiga has a place where they end up in the 5th, 6th decider. So it's not that they didn't go too far, but simply not far enough.
It's not a bad run. I think this Nemiga roster is one of the better ones we've seen for some time, right? It's a shame to not see like some of the you know, old guard of that team, like Cyber Focus, etc. But I think it's a really good roster. We'll see what they do moving forward, maybe in some of the other Road to Rio events, these RMR ones. So keep our eyes on the CIS scene. Yeah,
which is something that we didn't necessarily go over right away. Now, this being that semifinal will net one of these teams into a grand final against Spirit, who are already waiting. But the RMR, the Road to Rio, the whole path into the Rio Major, it's not as simple as you lose here and you're not going, is it, Hugo?
No, you have 3 opportunities to gain points, and then whoever has more points is going to go. Pretty basic maths, numbers, you know, everything we know and love here at the Road to Rio. Well, Forrester, he loves warbangs, and he's going to find one onto Krisen early. Winstrike boost up and climb over the wood panel. There's a reload going off, and Lackey, he finds a timing, he catches a kill. The cover isn't there, but Kinky does clean up the round, and even though he lets his teammate die, it's all worth it. It's not in vain, and it is a second round taken by Hard Legion. But yeah, Harry, I feel like you raise an interesting point when you talk about the map pool here. You know, Hard Legion, they play a lot of maps. I think that's the first thing to remember, right? Even on, you know, maps they aren't necessarily like positive on, they've got a lot of games played, a lot of experience. And Vertigo is one of the only maps where that isn't the case alongside their Instaban of Nuke. They like their flat maps here, do Hard Legion. So this isn't going to be an easy game for them, especially not considering, you know, Winstrike have been taking scalps over on Vertigo all season long. And Hard Legion, they've only played this map 3 times. All 3 times versus Nemiga. Only one of them a win, and one of them an overtime loss.
All 3 times.
That's a weird one, isn't it?
Nemiga. Yeah. That's interesting.
Over the course of like, you know, a month and a half. So interesting stuff. But
this little boost getting thrown in mid. That's to help you clear out the construction area of the map.
Ooh. Nice little
no one was there. That nade has removed Elian from play. He was the man to pick up a man advantage in this round for Winstrike. So he gets deleted on the back of that early damage that Forrester was able to lay down. When combined with that nade, it's enough to find him. Rage now taking up position over here in middle. Hobbit going to be donning that AWP. He's retrieved that from Elian's body. Krisen holding the line in mid and actually doubles up as well. This is a very good round for Winstrike all of a sudden, thanks to that attempted trade there.
Oh dear.
Kinky hidden at the B bomb site, and he's going to try and look into mid, and as he does that, they've snuck up ramp, they've gotten behind him. This leaves Krad in a 1-on-4. A very unlikely 1v4, but a temporary 1-on-2 at the B bomb site. There's a world in which he gets those kills, gets on the bomb, and wins the round. Everyone else was so far away. Oh, how did that even hit?
Deep as well, right? Like through the wall. Dear, oh dear. Krizen, great kills in middle there. He uses a smoke. I think Hobbit right-clicks a smoke, and it lets Krizen cross to the left side. He doesn't, like, climb over construction because Hard Legion were watching it from CT, but he just waits for Hard Legion to play for info in middle. And then they swing, and they don't expect a man so deep. So nice little way to get a couple of kills there for Winstrike, and they've broken the money of Hard Legion nice and early in this map. It's got to be that full eco. They're not even going to force buy after they lose their first round. Wanting guns sooner rather than later. And I respect this decision from Hard Legion. As myself, I feel like if you lose your first round, you always buy. Pretty much, you always buy. But in this case, it's actually a good example of when not to, or when you don't have to. It would be probably a better way to word that, because Hard Legion are going to have enough loss bonus to move forward with M4s in the follow-up. And of course, any kills they get here is going to make that just a little bit sweeter. But right now, it's an A stack for Hard Legion. And, well, Winstrike, where are they going? B.
Yeah, they're going to pass each other like ships in the night. I think that's how the saying goes.
I don't know. This is a little louder than ships in the night.
I know, ships are probably pretty loud, even if it is in the night. I know they probably turn it on to like night mode or something, so they're a lot more quieter. The current just takes them. I don't really know how boats work, but I always figure that's kind of the gist of it.
It's just flying in water, Harry. That's all it is.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's what I've been saying this whole time, but the National Boating Association, the NBA, won't get back to me.
Maybe you're contacting.
I've been emailing them every day, man. It's just wild.
They keep saying this is basketball, not boats. Please leave us alone.
It's going to be a second round on the board for Winstrike, obviously, right? Kind of goes without saying. If you've been watching the game, then you'll know that. If you're just listening, then this has probably helped you greatly, because you hear the ticking. You don't really know what's going on.
Kaboom.
Well, 5 players have survived for the Winstrike side. They went to A. Well, there was a pistol B stack for Hard Legion in this second round. It's on the board now for Winstrike. It's going to be the buy back in.
This game does that. That bomb didn't explode. It just ended. It beeped, and then the round ended. Terrorists win. That was it. There was no explosion. I feel like that happens every now and then, which is a weird one. It would have killed someone if they were there.
Yeah, there was that time where it really threw me off, remember? Where I thought they got the defuse, and then the bomb didn't actually explode.
Yeah,
it didn't make
that's
the
what
noise.
I thought there, so... Weird one. Either way, it's a 2-2. Winstrike finding rifle rounds, but Hard Legion have got another one in their pocket. I say another one, it's their first full buy, really, to this extent. They've got rifles on every single player. Lackey, he's walked through this smoke, and he's going to try and fight the bottom of B. Oh, he spots someone, but only getting jiggled, doesn't want to commit to the kill. Kinky going to move back, and Lackey tries to hunt him down with a Molotov close as well. Oh, he's going to get shot in the face, spamming the wood, and Kinky swings off of that noise being made. Now Hard Legion peel away from B, and Winstrike try and take mid.
Yeah, and I feel like this construction area is one that we've seen more and more get held from this position Kinky's in right now.
Yeah.
Just holding it passively from CT. I think if you're up in construction, there's far too many ways to get dealt with, right? Be it nade stacks, be it boosts. The angle itself is pretty easy to pre-fire, so we've really seen players lean away from that.
Ooh. Not a good smoke here on the elevator, on the CT side, rather.
Yeah, there's a big old gap in that. So Hobbit is going to have a hard time getting across in mid. He's up on the construction position now, while the rest of the gang, well, they're back down here towards a ramp. They're boosting up Bondic to try and get run boosted on over. Little boost across, and Crad gets the information that there's players there. 20 seconds left. The pace is going to get picked up here for Winstrike, or else this round is going to slip by the wayside. There's so many players here for Hard Legion inside the A bomb site. Bondic, well, he does get one dealt with through the smoke. Krizen going to respond, but there's so little time left. This bomb is going to go down now, and they're going to try to deny it. Elian does have Krizen's back, and it's down to the 1v1, but the bomb plant denied. Hard Legion going to win the round on the back of it. In spite of Elian's and Krizen's best efforts. They do a great job of getting that close. You know, that was a 2-on-4. It ends with one player surviving for either side.
Respectful hold from Elian. I wonder about Hobbit there in middle, right? The time was low. Winstrike had 20 seconds. They felt the necessity to rush A, and they were setting up Hobbit to go for this mid lurk. But Hobbit, he goes quiet, and that's great. I would imagine he's coming in the post plant, but no, he just starts running through smokes, and yeah, Hard Legion just kill him for free. There's no worry. They hear him, they deal with him. And then the A play is pretty one-dimensional for Winstrike. So I feel like if Hobbit, he either sneaks or he comes in 5-10 seconds later, and he can probably win that round for his team. But obviously the time was low and the pressure was high. And Winstrike, well, they're going to lose a man at the start of this round. It's a bit of a B push on the stairs from Kinky. Nice response from Hobbit. Picks up a mid pick this time, but CT player gets spotted. He has a grenade, and the kill might come through from it. No, Prison steals it away with a gun. Gets there first. Forrester going to try and fight. They flash their way back in. Forrester with one. He's going to go in for more. Very confident, very aggressive at Hard Legion, but it's going to come back to bite them as they've already left the B site. Forrester, that's not the first time we've seen Hard Legion lean away from B to fight middle and then get, walked up on this stair area. They can't afford to keep letting that happen. It's a very clear weakness. So knowing when to give up mid here on Vertigo is a good idea. And Hard Legion, now they're in for a retake.
Yeah, Krad's coming in on this wraparound with the MP9 and almost has the timing to deal with Prison. If that kill came in, Hard Legion would have definitely given this a go, but now Rage going to try and hold on to this AK instead. It's the third round on the board for Winstrike. They quickly respond with a round back in their favor. And then, suddenly that impact that Elian was able to find at the end of the round prior, in round number 5, where he deals with 2, and it comes down to 1 player surviving for Hard Legion. Well, that has some pretty resounding implications now. This AK on Rage is going to be the only thing for them in this round, and actually it's a double eco facing the Hard Legion side as a result of trading these rounds back and forth. So likely going to be a force buy around this AK. And that's always a pretty bitter one, especially if you're not able to find impact in that round. It can feel like you're just giving 2 over to Winstrike, and that could leave them in a very nice position if they sit 5-3 up.
This is a great round for Hard Legion to get aggressive, right? Not even necessarily rush off of spawn, but to feel out the round, and when Winstrike are defaulting, try and find a gap, right? Push middle, get in ladder room, do something evasive. So let's see if Hard Legion attempt that. They do throw players towards the A site as Winstrike make noise there, but it's a quick peel away from Winstrike, who take the bottom of B. Only 1 man here. The AK is in middle, so it has a fast rotation available, and that will be required. But Forrester has to keep his eyes trained on B, because we have, again, seen Hard Legion get caught by this slow contact B play. Winstrike, not obsessed with the A site like many teams are right now, and I actually kind of like it. It's refreshing. Forrester, he can't do anything at the back of the site. Rage is set up on the cold zero angle with his AK, but only getting given a pixel, not getting enough of a fight. He's going to try and escape here. Oh dear, the mollies are coming in. He's going to burn to death. There's nothing he can do. Double Molotov. The gun is at least dropped. Sviat's going to try and pick it up, but he also needs to get away here. Leaving the kit, unfortunately, might reconsider that one. Definitely worth picking up. But making sure Winstrike aren't getting aggressive at the post plant. The biggest issue here for Hard Legion is not only they're losing the round off the force, but Winstrike are keeping 5 alive. That's excellent. That's a huge amount of money made for Winstrike moving forward. And Hard Legion are going to be spending the rest of the game trying to deal with it. Yeah, smoke on the bomb makes Lackey think they're defusing, but he does get away in time. They could have defused. Sviat had a kit, so just a thought, but they made the right call.
And well, as we mentioned, it was a double eco for Hard Legion on the back of that. So they force buy. Now they've got to take that eco round here and now. This is where a 5th should appear on the tally for Winstrike. I'm liking how much presence we're seeing from this squad over towards the B-bomb site. Yeah. Feels very underappreciated by a lot of teams. And Winstrike, they love a bit of B.
And Hard Legion is showing them, why it is a good site, because, Winstrike, they're making noise on A, they're putting pressure on mid, and Hard Legion constantly, and every one of these B rounds have rotated one of these 2 players off of the site before it comes in. So Winstrike has been doing a really good job of selling the fake and keeping Hard Legion in the wrong place. Hobbit, he's got a kill on A. What's that going to do? Because Hard Legion, triple B right now, they don't want to peel away on the 1 round that they lose a man on A, but that's unfortunately what they have to do, because the bomb is rotating, and they hear it as well, running through the T-spawn, coming up the ramp. And I mean, how the hell do you win this round if you're Hard Legion? You probably don't. Just throwing pistols at the problem. Sviat can flash you, but good luck converting a post plant.
Well, that's a real feels bad man moment for Forrester. Doesn't even get to take a peek. He gets wall banged upon getting into the CT boost. So this one, don't really know how Kinky comes out on top there, but he's going to take that all day long. He gets an AWP out of the round. And I'm pretty happy about that because we haven't seen Rage on one yet. So excited to see what he can bring to the table when he gets his gun in hand.
Yeah, Forrest is definitely one of the like high fragging players in this team, so it's a bit of a shame to see him getting shut out early, right? Like, you know, just deleted in this round through the wall, getting B-rushed while he's on pistols. And you have to remember, this scoreline is good for Winstrike, but a lot of it is coming down to the economy currently. Hard Legion have only had a couple of buy rounds, and that's me really being optimistic by saying buy rounds. This is their best one yet, and it does feature the AWP. So, like you said, Harry, let's see what Rage can do. It's him versus the machine. And he won't do what you tell him, Harry.
Ooh, Elian posted up with his AWP. Crad trying to lay down the utility and almost gets caught there. That nade actually finds a lot of damage.
Oh my.
Lackey gets burnt on down.
Yeah.
Where on earth is he even at? He's down here. Toward Ram, not looking so healthy. Crad on the other side of the wall bang. Absolutely no fear to play this position. Flashes up through short, get Hobbit there. This bomb, you're going to note, number 7 on the minimap, is already rotating back over here towards B. It's another one of these A fakes, and look at it. It has prompted a rotation in from Hard Legion. They try and beat Winstrike to the punch. There's still players here making a lot of noise. Now, a difference in this round is that Crad is actually about to get aggressive over at short side. He did get mollied off by a teammate, so decided against it. But he looks very, very curious about probing short. And if he gets this info, maybe there's a rotation fast enough, but that's not coming on in. And this leaves Rage with the AWP here. We've been waiting to see it. What can he bring to the table? Kinky finding a double. Has kept Hard Legion in this round. Rage trying to hold here. The flashes are good though, and they're going to keep him off the angle. A bomb plant coming in, but Hard Legion sat with the man advantage and continuing to find the kills.
Nice.
Elian and Lackey left in this 2-on-3. They do find one between them. Elian now all alone. Bomb planted out in the open, and he's not able to defend it. Defuse comes on in, and it's Hard Legion to find that 4th round.
Oh, poor Rage, man. He just gets abused by the flashbangs there. Lackey's just lobbing him in, and every time Rage goes in for a repeat, he gets blinded again. So we don't get to see the AWP have effect, but Kinky has a big round here, mowing down the first 2 entries into the site, and then setting up for the retake as well. Good stuff from Hard Legion, getting that B play under control. And you were right, Harry, you called it. You said the Hard Legion kind of had a feeling that wasn't an A take. They wanted to PK short, they wanted to get that info, and once they did, it was a heavy rotation back towards B. Winstrike, I do like this T side though. I like what they're trying to do and how they're attempting to deceive Hard Legion and give them misinformation. Will they hit a site fast this time? It's going to be a no. Just players moving up to take control. The bomb is here though, but I can. Oh yeah, that seems even that seems purpose for Hobbit. Just throwing it on the floor below A. That's definitely going to get heard if anyone is playing short or site, but they're not. So Winstrike flash their way up. 4 still here with Lackey holding the flank, and no, oh sorry, double AWP rather for Hard Legion. Crad on this site with his.
You got to start to think about the double ops here on this map for a couple different reasons, really, but it's this spam that just seemingly always has an unsuspecting victim.
Combined with the Molotov as well, right? Like the spam's going to slow you down in the molly. Oh, what a rough one.
It's like a game of tower defense almost.
Nowhere to go, nowhere to hide, and no flanks allowed in this round. It's going to be Lackey holding the back line, and Forrester's all that stands, but unfortunately not too tall. Elian's on top of the sandbags. He can see above all. It's Winstrike on 6. Back on the T side, a nice A play. And that's the value of Winstrike with this conditioning and with these rotations on the T side, right? They go A a lot of the rounds, they drop B late, and then they just rush A like that. And Hard Legion are never going to know whether that's a full commitment until the bomb has been planted or not. Winstrike have been throwing fake A execute smokes on these B plays, so really denying information for these Hard Legion boys.
Yep, looks like they want to set their attentions on A. AWP is going to get out front. We talked about Elian in the pre-show, in the pre-match. Of course, just stacked against pistols now. Hard Legion, economically speaking, weren't ready to stand tall here against Winstrike, who are up 6-4 currently in the semi. And just want to remind you, after this G2 versus FaZe in the consolidation final best of 3. Now that, oof, that's a spicy meatball, Harry. A lot of buffalo sauce on that bad boy.
Yeah, most definitely. I can't wait, man. We got a lot of good games coming up, both today and tomorrow. That's the beauty of it, man. As you get nearer the end of the event, the games have that much more meaning. And
they're better.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, you trim the fat, as it were. You know, you have the best of the best left at the very end of things.
But not even that.
That's what these squads are looking to show us right now. It's going to be Winstrike with another round up on the board, 7-4. Money has just been a real reoccurring problem for Hard Legion. They haven't been able to chain any rounds together. Everything they have picked up have just been these little one-and-done rounds. And you can really see the kind of consequences of that situation here for the Hard Legion side all too plainly. It feels like they've played equal part with pistols as they have with rifles in this matchup so far. They will at least have everything coming into this next round. And, you know, we've kind of seen that, like, even though it's definitely not ideal, something like a 5-10 scoreline is very, very recoverable if that's how much you're able to put together on the CT side. You just really have to have a pretty deep strat book on a map like Vertigo, especially with these T-side comebacks that are so often relied upon, it feels like.
And this is a map that you can do a good or a fair amount of conditioning as a T, I feel, because used to be only we would see action on the A site. In fact, you could call Vertigo A site simulator if you really wanted to, just basically a retake server on A every single round. But some of that conditioning comes into play when you hit them with the coveted go B.
And that's what Winstrike have been doing really well this game. In this round, look at the setup in mid. There's 3 players here. There's a wave of defense, and Hobbit, he doesn't care. He's just going to take them both down. 2 men drop. The AWP is still in, though. Rage is going aggressive into the Molotov. That's one step too far. He could have backed off, but he chooses to die instead. It's Winstrike finding a 3rd kill in the round. Hobbit, post-death Molotov burn. Forrester alone in this one as Elian's picked up crowd on the A site, and well, he's a long way from home. There's no one here in middle. We might even consider just saving this AWP, because right now Winstrike are running everywhere. They're pushing B, the bomb's going A. Forrester hears all of this, but he knows nowhere is safe.
Not even B. When the bomb's over at A, it's not even safe on the B site for him. Bondic, not the guy on B site, but Crizin is. And that's equally as scary to me, Harry and Hugo.
Yeah, Bondic, Crizin. It's more just the presence of a man in the back line that's so terrifying here for Forrester. He wants to try and hold on to this M4. Crizin looking for him.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, no. Now they know. Bondic, he almost did play into this round. He looked like he was going to run straight through that smoke. They've got Forrester trapped, and they're going to find him. Crizin, with that late lurk in through B, doesn't get mopped up. An 8th on the board for Winstrike. Once again, the money gone for Hard Legion. Every round, they are just stuck in this horrible cycle of having to partial buy and then lose and then full buy and then lose. It's an iconic one, Hugo. It's iconic. We see it a lot. And so often, you know, we do see a team eventually dig themselves out of that hole where there's not really much time left to get yourself out of that position. You're certainly not in a position where at any point you can break Winstrike's money before this half ends, unless they start buying 5 AWPs every single round. And I would like to hedge my bets and say that that's not going to happen in this game.
Not like
safe call.
Yeah, you know, this is a pretty rough spot to be in, because if you do want to make anything from this half, it is going to be a hell of a grind.
It's so sweaty, this T-side for Winstrike. Right? I just love how every round in this game has been different. Winstrike have not done the same thing in back-to-back rounds. They've not even been like predictable. This time, they make no noise in the entire map, and they just hold bottom B, they hold bottom A, and they just wait for Hard Legion to give them a kill, and there it is. Crad delivers one to the T's, and now Winstrike, a man up, can just play that trade game, play close to your teammates. Hobbit's watching the smokes. Viat has walked away from A after throwing that down, and they're gambling towards a B bomb site. That couldn't be further from the case. Because Winstrike, they've got 4 players below A right now walking up with a bomb. And they're not being quiet about it either. Molotov's landing, wallbangs attempted. There's a smoke execute, but as said, right, even here, Hard Legion probably still wondering, okay, is it definitely A? Because these smokes are a common factor of Winstrike's T side, whether or not they're planting. Hobbit, oh, that's a good spam. It's actually Elian to take the kill. Kinky was above the box and drops Hobbit. They have to plant, 20 seconds. There is cover here.
Oh, the flashes are just brutal. There's an onslaught of them coming, and Pinky not able to find anything from the CT boost spot. He gets dropped. Forrester and Rage.
Oh.
What can they even do? It's just a slaughter up at the A bomb site. Bondic has been real scary to like see in this server.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when I saw him in this squad, I figured it would be like the classic case that, you know, you're kind of relying on people like Hobbit and then also like the two young guns in Lackey and Elian to be putting up a lot of the numbers. But man, Bondic has looked incredible. Like, I'm thinking back to that nuke game the other day, especially where he was just on a tear. He was like double the next nearest guy on his team. He's been a real treat to watch. He's leading the charge in the server right now, at least in terms of ADR. And over at this A-bomb site, it's just been a playground for him. He's looking right at home here. 9 on the board for Winstrike. Hard Legion, desperately trying to piece together any sort of CT defense here. And then this investment in round 14, in theory, could be their last if they don't pick it up.
Yeah, it has to be now. They have to win this round or Winstrike. And look at this, right? We've not seen this all game. Winstrike are running. They're sprinting to middle. They're in CT spawn. This round is 20 seconds deep, and Winstrike are in Hard Legion spawn. Lackey has crept through the smoke. Oh, he doesn't know, but he's still going to get the kill. Forrester should trade, but there's players coming from above. Elian misses a shot through the smoke. They go. Forrester doubles down, but eventually the pistol's pulled out, and Hobbit will combine for the kill. It's Crad and Sviat on the retake.
Yeah, but they're here fast. It wasn't a quick affair, at least as quick as they would have liked it to, but on the Winstrike side, to get in the B bomb site, now with the bomb planted, and Bondic finding a kill on Sviat. That's just going to leave Crad, who finds an instant kill through the smoke. Novak here, of course. As he finds himself in a 1v2, this is very possible now. Hobbit's low on 12 HP, but he doesn't know where he is. That creates a big problem. Hobbit closes it out. In a round that got very close, Winstrike turn up the gas there. They show a lot of pressure on middle, and they run it all the way through. And I think they got a little bit more of a fight than they intended.
Yeah, if you're Hard Legion, how the hell are you predicting that?
That is wild. Like, you know, we saw that round where between Furia, I can't even remember who they were playing, but within 20 seconds, Art was like in the A-bomb site, and that seemed
Furia
wild.
Liquid, yeah.
They were 20 seconds into this round, and they were in CT spawn, flanking the guys at construction in mid, who had no idea. That is crazy fast. Another worrying thing is that coming into this round, Winstrike had 4 players with max money. That is unreal. I've never seen that. And to begin this round, Lackey picks up the man advantage. Things go from bad to worse here for Hard Legion in the last of the half. They're a man down. They've only got what they've been able to invest in, and it's pretty limited at MP9 and a FAMAS joining the armory here. Can they salvage a 5-10 half, or is this going to be Winstrike really running away with this first half of play?
The biggest issue for Hard Legion is there's nothing to adapt to. You can't go, oh, guys, okay, they're doing this, let's counter it, because every round is different. So Winstrike are keeping them on their toes. Like, some of this is luck, obviously, right? The round that Hard Legion triple stack mid, Winstrike only send 2 mid, and there's no one mid in the round, Winstrike rush mid. But that's the value, right? Keeping your opponents on your toes, switching it up constantly. They never know where to play. They never know where to stack. And Hard Legion, they've just been in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's a big kill, though. It could recover them a 5th round here. Sviat knows he is on an island on his own, and they're getting closer by the second. The Molotov buys him a bit of room, and the flashbang helps him with that frag. Bondic has to clutch now for the end of the half. He's got the first. Man is already out on the gens, though. Bondic should be aware of this. At least it's a possibility. Molly onto the gens. Oh, he's going to stick the bomb. That just pushes a player out to the open, and Bondic, he gets his food delivered to him, but he wasn't ready to tip. It's going to be 10 rounds at the end of the first half for Winstrike. Looking good, but this map has not ended just yet.
Cause nobody else is showing any empathy. Rudely awake and quiet undertaking. Did I do something wrong? months alone. I don't wanna wake up messed up, 'cause I can't spend another day like this. Another type of caked up breakup, where I've been finding any way to my fix. But I need you now, 'cause I don't wanna be around. No, I don't wanna wake up messed up. There's gotta be another way past this. I'm so sorry that I didn't go to therapy. Thinking everybody, even you's an enemy. Brutally awake and quite undertaken, did not do nothing wrong. Life isn't easy, why did you leave me here to get drunk alone? And I don't wanna wake up messed up, 'cause I can't spend another day like this. Another type of caked up breakup, where I've been finding any way to my fix. But I need you now, 'cause I don't wanna be around. No, I don't wanna wake up messed up. There's gotta be another way past this. If I am so wrong and so gone, miserable, won't you stick around just for some be visible? But you don't know, you don't care. Leave me to suffer, erase all the doubt, pouring Jack in my mouth, and a love with enough of the pain and the drugs to be present for now. All I'm right now, I don't wanna wake up messed up, 'cause I can't spend another day like this. Another type of caked up breakup, where I've been finding any way to my fix. But I need you now, 'cause I don't wanna be around. No, I don't wanna wake.
And we constantly pose the question, we constantly ask ourselves, who is going to avail? Who is going to come out on top? And well, for us, for the time being, it's looking like Winstrike want to run the board here on Vertigo in the semifinal over Hard Legion, who we have not seen a lot of on our stream. But what I can guarantee you is that this best of 3 semifinal for the ESL1 Road to Rio and CIS bracket is something that you've seen a lot of. And we are here to stay for at least today and tomorrow. Today being the 16th of May. And this being one of the semis, your Super Series is going to be tomorrow. That'll be that grand final on Sunday. Now, of course, before we get there, we have this match to conclude. We go to G2 phase after this in consolidation final for the EU bracket. And then that's pretty much that, fellas. Welcome back to the ESL1 Road to Rio. It has been a consistent, a lot of days in a row of Counter-Strike here.
Yes, back-to-back with the Pro League and the Road to Rio, but we do not stop, Trace. We just keep bringing the Counter-Strike.
Bring the noise.
Wouldn't have it any other way. Right now, Hard Legion kind of outclassed on the CT side, but I would say individually, this is where now they can get back into the swing of things on this T half. Ooh, the jump. Lackey heard that, and what's he watching? For the jump. He's looking for it. He knows, but that headshot angle is a bit of a predicament. He might have to fall back. Krad's got a kill. It's a bit of a mess already, and Krad's on a double in middle. He's splitting in from the back line. Lackey's overwhelmed, and Krad, he doesn't want B. He's just going to cut off these rotations, or at least try to. Little does he know, Hobbit beats him to the punch, but he should still get beaten and punched inside of this B bomb site.
Oh, he seems to have an idea that a player could have already crossed into CT, but I don't think he's going to be ready for Krad so deep here. Hobbit
Nice try.
checks is the second too late. And Hard Legion, they are going to find the pistol round, 6-10. Still a chance to recover this game. Still a chance to get back in the swing of things. With Krad putting down 400 damage in that round and a 4K behind it, maybe, just maybe, Hard Legion still have a little bit more to show us here on Vertigo.
And the weirdest part, though, about this map, and just in Counter-Strike in general, is the lethality of pistols, right? So we don't want to write off Winstrike, albeit it is an uphill battle for him. They're going to have that scout on Alien, and that's going to enable him to get some early shots in, perhaps weaken and soften up the Hard Legion side. Don't let him go too flop.
No tags here. It is a slow start. Hard Legion moving coming up through the Molotov. Rage actually looks into the flash as he goes through, so we'll hesitate on that one, but it's not the end of the world. Hard Legion putting pressure on B and A, but they've lost Rage early on. That's top end aggressive, and that should send Hard Legion back out of this site and into B, where Lackey has been spotted. He doesn't know Forrest is up. The Deagle spam, good damage at close range, and he can just finish a kill with a headshot, dropping a smoke to buy him more time as well. This is a 5-on-3 for Winstrike. Still AKs and Galils remain, and Hard Legion look to try and take fights. They need to hit their shots, though. Crad, he's hit a banger, but he's got 2 more players coming his way.
And this bomb is still dropped down over towards the ramp, so they've got to go back and get this or find the kills. And Crad, he's certainly convincing me that they could do the latter. Kinky's been spotted. They're going to try and pressure Crad in this time, and they weren't able to deal with him. 8 kills in the last 2 rounds coming from this man. Crad looking real good to begin this T side.
Was it a 3-on-4, 3-on-5, 2-on-5, something like that? Good grief.
Yeah, no, that's wild. And, you know, I think there for Winstrike, they get a little too focused, a little too bogged down on trying to take the fights when they know they've got them. And that leads to them getting caught out of position. You know, Kinky's allowed to go all the way through B. He catches players in rotation. Crad is given a lot of time as a result, while they're kind of panicking about Kinky in the backline, to isolate those fights and to take them as just a series of one-on-one duels. Now for Rage, a chance to make money and pad those stats as he comes out over at ramp, secures a double. That's a nice little $1,200 made. Probably not too happy that he loses his life there.
Hello.
Forrester finds his way into CT spawn, having a bit of an identity crisis here, armed with only the P250, and he's going to wait. Are we going to see a knife? Because we definitely could if this goes unchecked. The bomb plant comes in at B. Forrester hears the rotations, and no knives today. Instead, it will be the guns brought to the knife fight. And Elian's going to try and hold on to the MAC-10. Now, that's not a game-breaking save. This isn't going to completely rejuvenate Winstrike holding on to this.
Rejuvenate, you say?
I think it's worth him going for a kill here because he's not saving armor, and he may as well upgrade in this round anyway, right? He wasn't going to play that. He was going to buy AWP, so goes for it, dies, not a worry. Hard Legion up to 8, though, have won the rounds they need to at least make this one competitive. Now let's see how rifle rounds go. As Winstrike at least started both the pistol and the second round with significant advantages before it fell apart. So let's see what their CT side can muster. Double AWP on the CT half. There is one for Rage, of course, but flash towards B. Forrester going to try and cross safely towards the other side of the stairwell. Lackey AWPing on the B site. He might get a bit of a fight coming his way as well. There's pressure in middle. There's pressure all over the map. Hard Legion leaving no area untouched. So good luck, Bastion, with this one. Lackey taking down Sviat on the B site so far. There is damage going up towards A, and Krad's going to move to come in on this flank. Oh, he's hit a good timing, but he misses it as the player backs up towards short side. Krad is still in a good position. They still don't know how deep he's got him, but a spot comes through and a reposition as well. Krad being careful, but oh, he hits a shot. He was so low, and he still gets away with that. A big risk. He is pretty much the most of the utility for this Hard Legion side, and now he may as well get rid of it. Gonna throw it all into the bomb site. Bondic backing out of short, and Winstrike with no kit in this round. This could be a bit of a problem.
Yeah, you wonder about the play here for Bondic. How long can he stay here and fight? Now that he's rang out with a shot of his own, he gets traded. So Kinky's out, but so is Bondic, and that creates an even situation. 3v3, however, it's just turned into a retake. Krad starting to plant the bomb. AWP on Rage holding from the ramp. He's got a very slim margin, a very tight angle, but Lackey does fall.
Move!
Get out of the way, move.
Door is stuck.
Hold on.
He wants it. He's gonna try and grab it. If he waits, the bomb will blow it his way.
Yeah, he's thinking that as well. He's got the protractor out. He's lined it up. He's calculated all right. So when this bomb goes off, it's going to blow back 29-degree angle, 10 meters per second for a brief moment of time, and that's going to have it fall into my arms.
Well, is the wind moving in the right direction? That's what you
hang
have
on a
to
moment.
ask.
We'll do the old test for that.
Yeah, the finger in the mouth.
It's a very calm day. There's no wind right now. The AWP, flying back. Go get it, Prison. Get those running shoes on, and he's retrieved it.
Nice.
Tactical.
Calculated, of course. Winstrike letting Hard Legion get back into this game in the first map of the series. Mirage next. You have to think that there was a reason that Winstrike picked this.
Yeah, it's been a great map for them, right? Not only that, but it's one that Hard Legion, as we said earlier, have only played 3 times. So, you know, with 2 out of 3 losses, not really much of a track record.
I want to see how Crad plays Counter-Strike, Bastion. I want to see what this man is up to.
Just running through Molotovs.
Look at this spot. A grimy angle for a not-so-grimy fella. Let's see what he can do with it. Bonding wants to try to put a stop to any of that aggression, but here's Crad.
Oh,
It's hit in the face with a grenade. The great old classic there of Counter-Strike.
Oh,
Bondic, that wasn't
cool.
even the guy. That wasn't even the dude that was fighting you. You've just found an innocent bystander, and now he's looking for even more, but they're returning fire. My goodness. It's a wallbang fiesta over at the A-bomb site. Crad, he's out for revenge. He's been tagged through the wall. He watched Sviat get cut down before his very eyes, and so he wants his taste of action at the A-bomb site. Elian's taken up position short side with the AWP, and that all bringing out.
Crad's still alive. Rage somehow through a wall and a smoke. Bondic on the lesser end of that one. But still in numbers, it's Winstrike up by 1. It's about to be a fight here. Elian just too fast for Crad, who was already low. So big problem for the remaining Hard Legion players. They have about 30 seconds on the clock, but given their current situations, they are a little exposed. That leaves just Rage here at the sandbags. He's not alive for long. Elian's AWP will be what removes him from the round. Gives it an 11 for Winstrike and a 9 for the Hard Legion.
That was like one of those horrible moments where you know that you're walking into a very stacked site, right? Like you see the AWP bring out at short. Bondic was just here as well. You know there's players in the site. You know there's a guy on boost. Then this separate entity of Elian starts firing off short side. And you know, your Hard Legion, you're thinking, well, I wish we could go back. But with only 30 seconds left, they're already up the ramp. They're already out in the open. They've got no choice but to commit to that bomb site there. And it all falls apart. 3 AWPs for Winstrike. Not every day that you see this. So,
well, you did say earlier they need to buy 5 AWPs to lose their money. How about
this,
3?
This is an interesting one. I'm wondering where these AWPs are playing. You got one over at B. I imagine the other 2 are on A.
Did they just save one? And it's a classic, you know, you've already got 2 AWPs and someone finds one and goes, oh, I'm saving AWP, and he saves 3. It might have been that. It might have been a mistake. There were 3 AWPs in play.
Definitely going to look to trade this out. It's one of these things, like a triple AWP buy, you never see it because it really hamstrings you for things like retakes, and it leaves you vulnerable to these fast plays from Hard Legion.
They just can't do this boost.
On the CT side, though, Harry, it can have its positions.
So this is what I was going to say. Like, you know, it's got all the drawbacks, and its biggest drawback is that when it's seen, when you see the opponents have 3 AWPs, it's pretty easy to counter. You just kind of try and group up. You use your util to get ahead. You know they don't have that, like, spray down capability. But for the time that it's unknown, usually this first round, I think you see triple AWPs work out because it's kind of like the tester, right? You're getting a feel for it. You don't know that they have this kind of armada on the CT side. I imagine we're going to see one of them get traded out at the end of this round, though. Bondic with his M4, he has shut down the mid play. So 3 AWPs out, but it's the M4 to do the damage. Almost able to follow up onto Rage, but not quite. That trade comes in. Sviat up through the ramp, walking into a double AWP B setup, does dome the first man, trying to pick up the pace now, and Elliot trapped in the site.
Trapped in the smoke, and with an AWP, that's not where you want to be. He's dead. Immediately, it's down to Crizzen. He hears the backline, he hears a flank, but he's focused on the front of the site, and for good reason with 2 left in the clutch. Rage on 4 with the AWP. He's cornered Crizzen. He knows he's stuck, and a shot will do the job. Rage is going to hit it. 3 in the round, and big impact from him. That triple AWP for Winstrike, it's almost good enough, but almost doesn't cut it here.
It certainly doesn't, Harry and Hugo. It certainly doesn't.
That's right, Alex and Trace.
Didn't know Alex was here. Alex, you here?
Yes, am I meant to be him? Was that the joke?
Oh,
yes,
something like that.
I might be, but also I'm not Alex.
Now, there was some confusion. There was some discussion, of course, for a tactical timeout. That's something that you kind of get out of the way. You take a deep breath and you begin to talk about what you want to do in the next round. Now, for Harry, though, as someone that's paid to talk for a living, Harry, what is it about calling in freeze time?
Yeah, I mean, you know, this makes a lot of sense from Hard Legion. They're 10-11. This is a pivotal point in the game. They really made this comeback start to happen. And that round there gets very, very close. They almost let it slip through their fingers. So they don't want to have that happen again because you'll look, their money is at breaking point. As a result of only one man surviving, there is a chance that they get reset on the back of losing this here round.
Ooh, Lackey, that's a rough one. Not the way he wanted to start the round. Forrest has been throwing that flash every single time and going for the same cross off spawn. So finally pays off, finally gets a kill for Hard Legion at the start of the round. And Crizzen is hanging around. Maybe not the best idea. He's going to fall off after getting tagged. So Hard Legion with a kill, and the map is completely open right now, right? They've got A control, they've got B control. They can go where they want. Oh, that's a good spam. Finding Crad down low. Won't finish his job, but he fires off a shot in anticipation. I think, oh, they didn't see him cross. They didn't spot him in this corner, so he's in a great spot. Missed shot. Elian can't find a response here for Winstrike, and now it should be clear. Now it should be obvious. Hard Legion are grouping B with a mid-lurk.
Yeah. And I think Winstrike want to get ahead of this in preparation. Hobbit doing what a Hobbit does. Besides carry the ring to Mordor, also hiding in the back of the sights. We're going to see this hit from the side of Hard Legion, 4 deep on the A ramp as it the B ramp as it stands. And it's Crizzen tucked into the sight alongside a Hobbit.
Oh, the Molotovs. Oh, Crizzen is somehow still alive, but this won't last for long. The spam comes through, and his teammates fall like flies. Crizzen alone in the sight, alone in the smoke, and he's going to get a second before the trade comes through. It's a mid-wrap, perfectly timed by Kinky, and left Elian alone on the A-bomb site. Hard Legion, a plant, and assuming Elian doesn't go for this around, is going to put them up to 11. Do remember, a 10-5 half for Winstrike on their T side. They have only won a single round in the second half so far.
I feel like we've been seeing a lot of that lately, especially yesterday with the series that we got. 16-14, 14-16, and then a 16-14 ended out.
And the weird thing about that game is it was like 10-5 halves on like 2 of the maps to start and a 9-6. So it's like, you know, not world-beating, not, you know, uncomebackable, which isn't a word, but, you know, dominant. And the fact that those games all go the distance is so crazy.
Now, I do want to examine that word, though, uncomebackable. Yeah. I think that it's got potential. Harry,
unrecoverable was the word
that was already taken. So what about uncomebackable?
Yeah, uncomebackable. I like that, man. I like just playing around with words. I think that's good. As long as people know what you mean, I think that's the most important thing. And sometimes a noise or a combination of words does just as good a job.
Wow, Harry, really made me feel good about myself.
I mean, let's see if we can find an apt use, not for uncomebackable, but maybe some words that you kind of want to throw together, like a tie-dye shirt almost.
Yeah, and you're throwing that together, Trace. You're making it work. Did you tie-dye it yourself? Was it fully green when you got it?
No, it was fully white when I got it, and I tie-dyed it green, and then I put Los Angeles with the ESL logo on it. I did this all by myself.
Wow.
In 3 hours.
Yeah,
so
man, that's really cool.
How much did the ESL pay you for that? That's crazy. That's great.
It's a prototype.
Oh, okay.
So
one of a kind.
Yeah, one of a kind. Well, timeouts are not one of a kind. In fact, there's 4 of a kind on each side.
Yeah, and we've had 2 in this round already, right? Winstrike called theirs, Hard Legion right back in with another. Just when you think you know what you're doing, well, we don't. So we need to work out what we're doing. Hard Legion, though, they've had some great T-sides. They've had some great calls. You know, as Winstrike were unpredictable in their first half, Hard Legion are looking to do the same. They're doing it a little differently, though. They're more so defaulting rather than, you know, like pushing and then backing up. They just put 2A, 2B, 1 mid, and then judging by where the kills come through, what information they get, they'll group with the bombers 4, and they'll often just have a mid-lurk. And that mid-lurk has been providing a lot of sustenance as well. Kinky in that round, killing Crizzen in the back line after he finds 2 in B. Perfect timing. So 11-11, Hard Legion, a great T-side so far. What more have they got for us?
We're going to see this B ramp aggression come to a close for Winstrike. They've kind of learned their lesson about trying to probe this side of the map. An aggressive A smoke throwing on in to cut out Hard Legion from this side of the map. And Lackey, as mentioned, not going aggressive. Instead, he's just holding at the top of ramp. But the first kill is found by Crizzen. You talked about how Kinky's been delivering a lot from these mid-lurks. Well, he gets removed at the beginning of this round here and now. And for the first time in a while, it feels like Winstrike sat with a man advantage, and this might force Hard Legion to just commit to a site. They're looking like they want to try and hit up A. Elian is waiting with this AWP at short side, and this duel decides a hell of a lot. Neither player finds anything, and Elian not going to re-peek it a 3rd time around. He falls back, but this is ramp given over to Hard Legion. This is where we're going to see some adjustments from this CT side, perhaps. You're already going to note that Hobbit has started a little micro rotation over here towards A. Him and Crizzen going to trade out in middle, so that now becomes Crizzen's responsibility while Hobbit dedicates into the A-bomb site. And while all this is going on, you will note that Sviat finding a way up through B ramp, having a bit of a duel with Lackey. And at this point in time, Hard Legion, they've got the option to go back if they would like, but now they've lost Sphere. All of this movement, though, all of this information that Winstrike get is throwing this default into a bit of disarray. And for a moment, they started to rotate players back to B. Now, that actually might end up coming back to hurt them a bit, because Forest has been given a lot of room. However, 10 seconds on this clock. That bomb is going back to B. It's running the gauntlet, and it very much relied on Forrester staying alive. I don't even think there was time anyway.
Yeah, that was a weird one. Hard Legion were constantly rotating, right? They're defaulting A, Sviat is B, and at that point, Sviat is B, the bomb is actually rotating B. Sviat dies on his own, and so Hard Legion lose that B control. So, where does the bomb go? It goes back towards A. 2 kills come on the A site. Great stuff from Hard Legion. Suddenly, as you say, Winstrike full rotate A, and Hard Legion spot that, so they try and send the bomb back a third time. Rage begins his rotation, and even though Forrester gets a kill and gets deep into the site, regardless of that second fight that doesn't go his way, this simply wasn't time. Hard Legion, I think the right call was going B there, but they should have done it earlier. They should have just committed to it. Unfortunately, Sviat died, and that really made things problematic for Hard Legion, and it's broken their money. Dear, oh dear, they were in control of that round. They had the advantage, and they lose it to the time. So this has got to feel rough, considering it's 2 Deagles in this round and very limited utility. Hobbit dropping a grenade. He would have won that fight if he didn't do that, but Crad hits the pin, and he will take him down. Hard Legion with a kill in this round.
Well, Bondic doesn't look to give up this A site too easily. He's going to make him work for it. Rage trying to find a wall shot there, but Elian has an op of his own. He's going to fall off heaven. Bondic tucks into the oranges there within the site. I think we've got a skirmish on our hands.
Yeah, they're going to flash Bondic into short. He's been doing this a lot on the CT side, so it is smoked right now. No one's going to be caught, but even the flash noise, even that info is enough for Hard Legion to know that Winstrike are curious and checking out A, and as a result, they've rotated Lackey back into B. He's just moving in right now as Hard Legion set up for this execute.
Here comes Elian, too. So all the information in the world's not going to help you when there's 4 members of Hard Legion streaming out onto the site. You know what? Let's bring a 5th in, and let's just have a party on the B side. It's already taken. In fact, this round is already taken. It's going to be Hard Legion that pick it up, and I don't see the world where Winstrike go for it. They're going to hold on to an AWP, an AK, and potentially Bondic swapping it out if you can find a better rifle. But yeah, tie game through and through, 12 all. In a semi-final.
Yeah, that whole round very much relied on Lackey staying alive at the B site. He was trying to cross behind the backside rafters to just hide behind the pillar. And gets caught crossing out in the open. The moment that kill comes in, Winstrike, they check mid to see if there's a lurk. With no lurk being present, they decide we're not going to win a 3-on-5, guys. We don't even know where they're at in the B bomb site. You know, they've had all this time. They can be in CT. There can still be a guy at A. We could get flanked. There's just too many variables here. It's not worth giving it a go. And so they save these 3 weapons. You've got to bear in mind that that was really like Winstrike's chance to get back into this map, it feels like, in that round there, because, you know, the way that that previous round falls apart and the decision to force buy for Hard Legion didn't leave them with a lot in that round. And, you know, if Winstrike picked that up, there's no money for Hard Legion. So there was a very good chance they could have won the game out there and then on the back of it, or at the very least, you know, propelled themselves back into the driver's seat. It's a nice kill from Elian as he gets aggressive down towards B, stripping the man advantage away from Hard Legion. Winstrike still looking to bring the heat here and now in with this buy.
Yeah, Crad's actually very far up short right now. Because Hard Legion haven't been going for silent A plays, have been loud about their executes, they might not expect a player here, and they don't. Elian running with his knife out. Hobbit is pushed up on the ramp, though, so they've got to try and turn around and trade positions. Hobbit's done that. He's got the kill, he's got the upgrade, and he's got the A site under control here. And AWP even taken to try and fight once more, and he could find Rage walking up the ramp. There's 2 Ts here. Hobbit posting at the perfect point. There's a one-on-one. Bomb dropped. Doesn't realize he's coming from the scaff side. Rage is scoped up, but he's given away his position. Hobbit has support, so even though that Molotov comes down, Hobbit has a teammate to spam, and that's excellent work. Both of them shooting the top. Hobbit with 4, Winstrike with 13.
So the same peak Hobbit just does, and it provides or proves success. He tries to do in the round prior. It doesn't go his way after he right-clicks on her hands a grenade in a smoke. That was sort of a catalyst in the round prior. In this one, it was the difference maker as well. But this time, it's going in the way of Winstrike. So they're holding on. They've got their claws sunk in here at round 26. And at 13-12, you can't blame them. You wouldn't roll over and take it here, not on your map pick. So let's see.
Ooh.
Look at this run boost. Alien,
Wow.
fastest man alive,
Oh
and hits
my.
the shot onto Crad. He never saw it coming.
That's incredible. You don't even need to stop running because a player on the top can just jump off of the box and hit Bondik's head. That is so cool. And there's no way to be that fast. Hard Legion could never expect that because how the hell is a player that fast? Well, I'll be stealing that one. That's for sure.
Hugo now run boosting himself.
Yeah.
Not really the same effect.
A little detail just then was Sviat over at B goes to where they've been trying to boost on the Hard Legion side unsuccessfully, jumps to try and give the noise cue that they're boosting at ramp and that they failed it. However, Winstrike, for the first time in a while, they didn't have anyone close ramp, so that wasn't heard. And that little drip feed of information that Hard Legion were trying to go off of to bait some rotations, well, it was never even received by the Winstrike side, so they've still got this three-man stack inside of A. Hard Legion, they're walking into an even odds gunfight, and in CS, these are never the ones you want to be taking.
Yeah, but what other choice do you have? 40 seconds, and you can see Ray just setting up utility, but right now, no more grenades after that one smoke from Kinky. Dear, oh dear, this is not a pretty picture. 30 seconds, Alien's still out in the site as well. Hobbit gonna swing for a kill, trade it, but that's worth it at this point. Winstrike is still bleeding the time out of the hands of Hard Legion, and Rage is doing nothing, he's just sitting in the corner. That's Sviat, sorry. Alien's gonna push him. Sviat doesn't realize, he just has his teammate die. He hears a scope, doesn't react, gets the orb, gets out, but yeah, that's a messy round for Hard Legion at best. Winstrike, they were even stacked B. While that fake was going on for Sviat, that, like you said, didn't get heard, Winstrike had 3B. Hobbit was there, and Winstrike were expecting to play. And the fact of the matter is, you know, Hard Legion, they go back to A. Hobbit has been so quick at rotating, just running between sites, playing this float role, and he's been so influential in these rounds for Winstrike on the CT side. You know, considering how many rounds Hard Legion found, you know, in this second half before Winstrike came alive, a lot of that has been Hobbit. Look at this.
Yeah, this is so cool. I love that. It's great as well because you're pretty much guaranteed to beat the smokes before they pop.
Yeah.
And you'll note that they popped immediately after that shot was taken, so it also gives you a fallback plan if you're Alien, right? Even if you don't find a kill there, you're pretty safe in going for it. I haven't seen that before. I love it. That is, yeah, we are definitely doing that. We're getting in the server.
Want to dry run it a few times.
Yeah, no, you do it live or you don't do it at all.
Yeah,
that's the way.
Yeah, that's what we say every day when we come on air. Now, speaking of being on air right now, look at that lineup for Alien. Just barely sees a kneecap, and that's all he needs to see to dedicate right there to the shot. Now, they did recover the op, and Alien wanted to re-peek it, but that's going to be fatal.
Uh-oh. Oh, good check for Bondik. Could have killed him if he didn't look at that corner. So Krad's gone down, and Winstrike have taken control. They may have lost a man early on and the AWP alongside it, but they're pushing the perimeter, they're pushing the flank, and Bondik is coming in. If this gets bad, Bondik is there as the insurance policy, but right now, it doesn't look like they'll need to make a withdrawal because 2 players left for Hard Legion, neither armored, both AWPs, funnily enough. And actually, they found an entry. Let's see. Oh dear.
Rage and Kinky. 2-on-2 now, down from a 2-on-4. Kinky's holding for the aggression, and Bondik, he's been very, very patient on this wrap round. He wants to try and catch a timing as they head into the site. The problem is Kinky, the guy holding this, has the bomb. And so there's a very big timer on this one. Bondik does come round and offers that kill up. Now, Lackey knows there's an AWP at short. Is he aware that Rage has pushed up through the ramp? The bomb is dropped. There's 10 seconds. At this point, Rage needs to go for the kill. He's not looking for a bomb plant. He needs this frag. And Lackey going back to check the bomb. The timing just couldn't be worse. Hard Legion, they get it done on an eco round. With just that AWP in play, they're able to find it.
Heartbreaking into the round right there. Unfortunate turn of events for Winstrike. Of course, because the time was so low, he had to question it. He had to know if, well, did they pick up the bomb? Is he, is he in the site? He's going to be able to try to plant. No.
Oh, dear.
Unfortunate timing in a game full of them.
This is a great game, though. This is really shaping up as our semi-final here. Money is weak for Winstrike, and the man advantage already going the way of Forrester. Again, that flash trick does work. He pops it on the corner and gets a kill. Alien scoped up on the site, but this is a rough round for Winstrike, and one that they already have Hobbit on a CZ, no kits, barely any util, and a man down. Hard Legion, they're in control of this game. The scoreline might not say it, but the results do, and they might have another kill. There it is. Forrester boosted up. This time it works. He finds a couple, and right now, Winstrike are going to feel the need to get aggressive to try and trade these kills, but all that does is dig them deeper down into the doldrums. Hobbit gone, and Krisen and Bondic all that remain here for Winstrike.
It's very unfortunate as well, because I think that boost position at B that Forrester just gets that kill onto Elian in is really only effective up against Orbs. They're like the only weapon I feel like you're able to beat in that boost. I feel like the M4s just spam you to death before you're even able to get it done.
Even on USPs, like if a T-boost there with a Glock, like you see USPs just tick, 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 and just headshot them through the wood.
But check this out, Bondic knows. He's got all the information in the world because they go running around on the side of Hard Legion. And he drops the bomb. That's a big problem. What's created here is an even bigger gap. Can Bondic close it? Rage, now afraid to step out in front, now afraid to take a look forward that bomb, but he has an indication. He has a winkling, tingling sensation that Bondic was towards T-spawn, and it's 14-14. That one got even much more close than it had to on the back of Bondic, putting himself in a really good position.
And that's broken Winstrike. Remember, that was a 4-spy round. It didn't even have full money. They didn't even have full guns. And now, off of that, they have nothing, just the bonus. And at 14-14, that is not where you want to be if you're Winstrike. Look at this. They might have to eco for OT. That might be the right call here, because $2,000 to $3,000, how can you convincingly win this round? How can you guarantee it with the way Hard Legion have been playing, right? It's not like you can just rush and push mid as a CT. Hard Legion's default has been so strong. They've been great at getting the early kill at B. They've been holding A passive with the AWP. I mean, it's been excellent. So for Winstrike, a safe buy, a low investment, that's the best call they can make here, and hope that when their rifles come back, they can push it into bonus rounds.
Oh, yes. Round 29, a real pivotal position, and one that is not advantageous currently for the side of Winstrike. Those pistols, yikes. I do want to say, though, Hobbit has been very impactful this game in terms of opening kills. He has been running the board a little bit. By that, I mean 5-1.
I'm curious how these smokes are going to be used, because Vertigo, not like the best map to go for these smoke delay plays. I imagine it's going to be Winstrike playing around them in like gimmicky little positions, trying to gimmick kills around these smokes, and that looks to be the case. But as we're seeing, it's not really worked out for them. This B site has crumbled. Hobbit is the last man remaining, and that's only briefly. Hard Legion to map point first from a 10-5 half in favor of Winstrike. It's Hard Legion to grab map point. Now just one away from locking in a victory here on Winstrike's map pick.
This is it. This is the moment we've all been waiting for.
These are the ones that I don't think that anyone's going to forget.
No, exactly.
At least that's what Alex said once. You know, Crad also been an interesting subject to watch, especially over here for Hard Legion. It's been on fire today.
Yeah, just some very confident players on Hard Legion's side, and you know, a lot of Russian talent on this team in the server right now.
And we're not even talking about the pace at which they're playing.
Only got one AWP in this round, sadly. Ooh, the boost, it's coming. He's going up and above. Forrester in position here. And there's a player close Tetris. It's Lackey. Is he watching this? Yeah. That's the issue. If Forrester stands up, he's dead because Lackey will wallbang him. There you go. Immediate kill. Nothing Forrester can do. That angle isn't as good as it may seem. It's good for cheesing kills, but if anyone's looking at you, it's pretty useless, I'd say.
Maybe bring it closer to the site and maybe put a box back there or something that blocks a headshot
I like
angle.
The wallbang aspect of it. I like that. Because
yeah,
you shouldn't just be able to boost a player up and look at the position Sviat's in. It's thanks to the smoke, but that's essentially where you can get from the wood, right? And that's a valuable position. So the danger is the wallbang, and that's what you need to keep into account when you're doing it. But 4-on-4. But you're looking like the option, but look at the CT setup on this map. There's 3 players here.
This is all thanks to Elian with his AWP staring down at A ramp. He has all this information that ramp is clear. Right now, only players have been seen at B. They know that Sviat's pushed up. They know that there had to be another man at ramp to have boosted these players up in the first place. And so this heavy rotation is afforded. Bondic will equalize out the odds and leave them in favor of Winstrike. This one has OT written all over it. Sviat. 1 versus 3, bomb down and out in the open, and surely this is an undoable round for Sviat. Rotations have already come through thick and fast. It was only Elian left waiting in the tank, and there he is. It's a team ace for Winstrike to get us to OT in the first map of this semi-final series in the CIS region.
Start money on $10,000 if you'll note. So we're not going to see too many crazy antics. It's not like you can expect, 10 auto snipers to come out here.
And that's how it should be, right?
10 auto snipers lined up in a row. Like Revolutionary War style, like muskets, basically fighting a line.
You fire a line, you reload, you duck down, the guys behind you start firing.
Stuff the musket, fire again.
Yeah, basically.
Rinse and repeat.
Yes, sir.
Hugo, you ever stuffed a musket?
Not
Or maybe
myself.
you like pack a musket. I think you'd like stuff a stromboli, maybe. I don't know if you'd like stuff a musket. That doesn't really
Wrong word,
turn
maybe.
out cause.
Musket stuffers around the world. It's not the nicest phrase, like turn of phrase you've ever heard, is it?
It sounds just like it's like
it's like
like
entrees.
licking concrete. It's like it doesn't sound pleasant at all.
Or taste any better, I can assume.
I don't know, 'cause some concrete. I'm kidding. No way, Jose.
This is the classic bleed out the freeze time, call a pause, reset the freeze time.
We've seen this too.
The freeze time, call a pause. I mean, it's technical issues, obviously, I imagine, right? It's not attack pause. There's a lot of typing going on. So imagine something going on. Well, I saw Zonic tweeting today about how there's been a lot of team beat crashes in the latest update. A lot of pros corroborating that information, saying they're having the same, especially for FaZe. So we know that is a recent issue, and that may cause some downtime online.
It's upsetting because I always thought, like, the TS has crashed was like
a meme
code for, we just had
run out of tactical pauses.
a nutritionally balanced 3-course meal delivered with performance-enhancing vitamin drinks. I always thought that's what TS has crashed meant, but it turns out no. It's actually just TS crashing.
Well, RTS is ramming.
RTS is ramming. Yeah, get in there. Bondic over here towards ramp. And this smoke is down, hidden on the other side. There's a man going by the name of Krad, and he's already bypassed Bondic. Only briefly, though. Elian going to drop the other guy at ramp. And Bondic, I like this decision. He goes aggressive. He actually pushes the extremities of this A bomb site and gets the information that it looked pretty clear. Hobbit is going to stay at the bottom of ramp while the rest of Winstrike rotate away. This is like a great prioritization of resources in this round. One man can hold this A ramp on this aggressive position alone. This is going to free up the other 4. And so they now rotate over here towards B. That's the only place that Hard Legion can go without Winstrike having a bit of warning beforehand. And now as Forrester goes back on 10 points of health, there's surely no hope for him. He's going to see this smoke. It becomes all too clear. Well, they're kind of everywhere right now, Forrester, so good luck with this one, champ.
Ooh, oh, no, not the ladder.
Oh, ladders are the worst.
Side.
He's pretty good,
You got to climb up on the middle.
Hardcore.
Hardcore. Or Hard Legion in this instance. Forrester, 1-on-5 with 10 HP. And he's dead. So that's that. There's that elusive round. Winstrike do seem to grab it. 16th, of course, now the number that you need is 19.
And if it's 18 all, we go and we run it back, Trace. We do it again. This is only the first map, though, and a potential 3-mapper. And I think if Winstrike win this one, it sets us up for the full series, right? The full 3-map, 30-round plus. But if Hard Legion take this, they're going to be favored moving for the 2-0 on their map pick Mirage, which is coming up next. Whoa, risky play through the smoke. Krad doesn't even realize Hobbit is just hopping through fire, and he's going to find a kill off of it. That is ridiculous from Hobbit. Luckily, Sviat, he's won his B fight, and now Hard Legion, while A's not worked out, they can bring that bomb, they can run right back, and they can take B. Chris is trying to put a stop to this. He's beaten them to the site. He is in the smokes, but he knows those Molotovs will deny him position. One of them does expire, sadly, and he's given a lot of room to fire off. 2 kills, bomb drop. There's a full rotate here. 4 players for Winstrike. Hard Legion are walking into a stack.
Yeah, big problem here for Hard Legion. They didn't have the smoke necessary to cross the site, or maybe they even entertained the idea of taking that fight. Well, they got the fight, and it came at a cost. Nothing free. B-bomb site is compromised, but by the side of Winstrike. 3v2. Here comes Rage. Not the baby Rage, but just Rage, working his way up B ramp. Still tons of time. And look how they're both playing the same position. Wild scenes. Sviat by his lonesome. Already 2 kills in the round. He's going to try to wait out an angle. But as soon as he does that, he 2-taps Bondik. Leaves Krizen in the site alone. And he thinks about how he can deal with this problem.
25 seconds. Sviat, he's got to ace this round if Hard Legion want to pick it up, and he begins a rotation back towards A. Now, this is going to be a real crunch of the numbers. He's got enough time to get this bomb down, but the rotation is already coming in from Elian. He's set up in CT spawn. Sviat trying to get this bomb planted. Elian running up on him and blindsides him up on the boost. Defuse comes on through. 17 on the board for Winstrike. And Hard Legion, it's all slipping through their fingers here in overtime.
It's true. Like a big old Kappa face.
Look at that play from Hobbit, just absolutely mad. Winstrike are taking back control here in overtime, doing what they couldn't do in regulation on that CT side, despite 10-5ing the first half. And I feel like the money aspect has certainly made things easier for them, right? Not having to worry about constantly being reset. I mean, both teams experienced that on the CT side of this map.
One of the things that's great is that Winstrike, they've been approaching this very, very differently. Like at ramp, they've been really pressuring it early on. And this is kind of fought like, look, Hobbit's doing it again. He's back down with the ramp aggression. They spray through. He's going to hear Krad go for the reload. And now Hobbit, with a teammate alongside him, might look to go aggressive here. Actually decides against it, falls on back, but they do still have a man pushed down the catwalk. This might be the case again that Winstrike get a man aggressive ramp and then just fully rotate away and go to B. And this is the thing, like, this is very exploitable for Hard Legion. The problem that they're having is that they haven't seen this man tucking in at ramp. Sviat able to win that fight out at B, but as we've mentioned, these rotates are already coming through for the Winstrike side. They've already got the read on this, thanks to the aggressive man at ramp who's now fallen back. And so Winstrike, they know what's going on. Bondik's pushing in through the backline. He's taken this aggression to new heights. And at this point, Winstrike know where the play is coming in. Now, Bondik doesn't commit any further forward. That's because there's still a chance that this bomb does decide against the B bomb site. But he's very much relying on Elian and Krizen holding down the fort to give some time for this flank. And Bondik has dropped the bomb, chained it up with another, and it's only Krad left coming in on a mid lurk. They're already turned towards him. He drops the first man, looking for the second, but Elian's able to elude him now. Krad, 25 seconds left on this clock. Time is the problem, and Elian's just toying with him around this smoke. Bondik is still on the ramp, and he will lock this round in. It's 4 for Bondik on the wrap, a flawless half for Winstrike, and they might be about to get their map pick over the line after all.
And that's an experienced play from Bondik. We know he's been in the server for several hours at this point, not just today, but over the lifespan of his career. He makes the call here. He says, you know what, guys? I got this. Just hold in place as long as you can. And then he makes that decision. He pulls the trigger to fast flank, to get that big flank going. And that's really it. That put Winstrike up to 18. One more, they will have secured their map pick.
Yeah, Bondik and Hobbit have been excellent in this game so far. Winstrike, one more. T-side was good to them in regulation. They just need to push it over the line. Hard Legion have all the money in the world. AWP is up for Rage. He is rotating as well. It's a solo A setup initially, but here's a double rotate in the form of Rage and Forrester in position now. Rage is playing on the bomb site as well. Oh dear, Winstrike. They're grouped. I mean, everyone's here. 9 out of 10 players in the server around the A site right now. Actually, I say that. Sviat's pushing to ladder, rather. And Krad's getting spammed through the smoke. He's going to push it as they get the reload off. Great play from Krad. And escapes as well. Doesn't hang around, doesn't overstay his welcome. The wallbang could be a bit of a worry. But he's still here. He's still standing. And they're going to put up a bit of a boost as well. This is a big risk. Grenades come over the top. They're going to choose to deconstruct it rather, as the A play comes in. Entries are good. Molotov burns out Forrester, and this might just be the game.
Yeah, wrap coming in from Sviat. Elian's already on the angle, and that's a fight he's going to win. Kinky is now all that stands between Winstrike and going 1-0 up in this semi-final series. Hard Legion, they put a lot of effort in to get this game to OT, and there was a time in which they were even the ones who could have got it over the line. So this is going to feel heartbreaking to have it stolen away. Kinky creeping forward, and Elian holds the angle. Winstrike, they take their map pick in overtime. They go 1-0 up in this series.